Rain. The great equalizer. Something motocross racers are forced to deal with at some point or another. Round 11 was one of those nights. However, it didn't bother Kissimmee Motorsports' Corey Keelan, as he grabbed the fastest lap time in qualifying. The number one action Honda has been missing from the lineup in the last few months, but new regulations in the series allow a backup rider for reigning champion Michael Clark, who's out with a shoulder injury. The selection? Vortex Light Series points leader Robert Devenall-Batt from R&L Metals. We caught up with the European transplant after qualifying.
Tuesday afternoon, I get a call from Michael Clark, and he asked me if I could possibly fill in for him for the next 3 months because of his shoulder. And I've probably had about 15 minutes on a 450, and so obviously I'm not experienced out on the track, but I'm just giving it my best shot and see how it goes. Coming off that qualifying, I was feeling tense. I didn't really feel myself. The bike setup wasn't quite good. I'm disappointed with where I ended up. 4 seconds on a small track like this is a lot. So this next race, I'm just going to come out there and just prove myself. I'm training hard. I'm working, and I'm going to prove people, I can do this.
The rain kept to a drizzle for the early part of the day. That is until the sponsored Cup riders lined up on the gate for Moto 1, when the skies opened up for the next 15 minutes.
We don't want to sit in the rain, we just run it.
Okay. Do you want to practice lap?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Everybody...
Does everybody want to practice lap, or do you want to just hold off?
Hold on or run it. They say run it.
We're going to go racing, so let me get the gate up and get everybody checked off.
The start saw Ian Millett and Corey Keelan battle for the lead, while Forrest Smith crashed and collected the Butler Brothers MX Suzuki of Jason Thomas and Robert Batt. The mud and rain didn't seem to bother Ian, as he checked out and grabbed his first moto win of the year, while Corey Keelan, Tyler Livesey, Kyle Keelan, and Andrew Stocker on the Vortex Barney's Yamaha sat in 5th in his second race on a 4-stroke.
To say what I need to say, but I'm quite sure that you'll tell me just how I should feel today.
Livesey dumped it in a corner, allowing Kyle by, who then found himself chasing younger brother Corey. It didn't take long for Kyle to capitalize on a mistake by Corey for second. Teammate Jason Thomas struggled to regain positions from his first corner mishap. However, he was forced to pull off late in the moto. It was all Ian Millett out front, with Keelan brothers in 2nd and 3rd, Tyler Livesey and Drew Stocker in 5th, as we go to Kenny on the podium.
Down here with Ian Millett after moto number 1. Ian, you came out with a good start running second. You made a quick move, and you got out front. Rainy conditions, but you kept the Honda out front moving up.
Yeah, that start was everything to get that win, and somehow I got the Fun Bike Center Honda to stick on the inside, got past Corey. But really, I got to hand it to everybody that's helped me out this week. Scott Fessler built my motors, Bobby over at Pro Action, RJ, Huss, Ben Huss, Fun Bike Center, all those guys, Vortex. Couldn't do it without these guys.
Ian Millett coming away with moto number 1 win.
Ian had a run-in with both Gavin Faith and Jerry Capoyan at round 10 last week. We caught up with Capoyan to get his thoughts on Ian's riding.
I never thought that Ian was like that, but we learn something new every day about people, and I really had nothing to do but kind of make a ruckus in the pits a little bit. But if he's in my way, I'm not going to be nice, and that's just how it has to be.
Ian had this to say in reference to both incidents on DCMX radio earlier in the week.
I told myself I was going to get a little more aggressive, but I might have overdone it a little bit. Like I said, not meaning to knock anybody down, but it did happen.
When you have a group of riders this talented, conflict is an issue. Throw in an evening of rain, and motocross becomes a relentless battle to stay up, let alone maintain speed or pass. As the gate dropped for Moto 2, Corey Keelan grabbed the whole shot, followed by Tyler Livesey and Robert Batt, who recovered nicely after the crash in the first moto, but was quickly passed by Kyle Keelan. DB then stalled it on the first lap and went to the back of the pack, and Moto 1 winner Ian Millett tried to fight his way to the front after his bad start. Late in the moto, Livesey crashed and Kyle Keelan couldn't maneuver around him fast enough, which caused him to run into Tyler as he laid on the ground. Kyle managed to get back up and nurse his bike around the track for second, while Tyler staggered to his feet for a fifth. The moto win and overall went to Corey Keelan. No tricks, no fist pump or salute to the crowd. Just a well-earned moto win in some of the worst conditions a motocross racer has to deal with. Second went to Kyle Keelan on the BBMX Suzuki, Ian Millett on the iMoto Huss Drilling Honda in third, Tyler Livesey and Drew Stocker rounding out the top 5. Let's go to Kenny on the podium with the top 3.
All right, we're down here with Ian Millett. Ian, you took the first moto win, but you ended up with a 5th the second moto, but still giving you a 3rd overall. You got to be happy?
Yeah, I mean, this is the last drop race, so I definitely wanted to get up here on the podium one last time. I was hoping for an overall tonight, but I stalled it on the first lap. But I didn't give up, and I think I got back up to 5th, so it was a good ride. Just want to thank all my sponsors again, Fun Bike Center, Ben Huss, RJ Huss, Scott for doing my motor, Bobby over at Pro Action, Vortex, everybody helped me get up here.
Ian Millett, 3rd overall tonight in the Sponsor Cup. All right, we're down here with Kyle Keelan after moto number 2. A muddy moto it was. Kyle, you ended up with the 2nd overall tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I got a pretty good start. My brother came over on me really hard. Me and him we had the jump, and he charged over on me really hard and cut me off pretty bad. I thought I was going to go down, and Tyler got inside of me, so I was in 3rd behind them and had to take my goggles off on the 2nd lap, and I just got blasted with mud. I've never had so much mud in my eyes in my life. And then Tyler bobbled and went down, and I hit him and broke my radiator off, and I was just praying that the bike was going to make it the last 2 laps, and it did. So I can't do any better than that. I got 2nd in that moto, so it was a good moto.
Tough race, but coming away with a 2nd overall. Kyle Keelan here tonight on the Butler Brothers Suzuki. Tonight, Corey Keelan finishing 3rd the first moto, 1st in the 2nd moto. That's going to give you the overall victory here tonight. How you feeling?
Feel great. My Kawasaki, KMS back Kawasaki, got out there at a good start and just did what I had to do. WMI suspension, handling real good. Fox, Oakley goggles, needed them tear-offs tonight. Thank them a lot. Helping everybody out, and thank everybody a lot.
Corey Keelan coming away with the win on the Kissimmee Kawasaki Motorsports.
Picone keeps the points lead with a perfect 500. Kyle, Corey, Livesey, and Ian Millett are all split by 10 points each. The riders have a week off, and round 12 will see the return of Picone. Check back in 2 weeks as the battle rages on for the 2010 Monster Energy Sponsors Cup Championship.